Ninjaless NJM asks, what is it like living in the tri-state area with the threat of being repossessed by... Thank you. Thank you for having me, Kaloon. I appreciate it. Alright, how are we getting this thing started?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. First of all, though, M16, I really appreciate having you on the show today. A lot of people have been wanting to see you for a while now, and I just appreciate you coming out so we can answer all these important questions that people have sent you so far. But people have already been waiting over a year now for this important special day today, so let's not keep them waiting any longer. What do you say? We got that fancy book and quill in front of you with all the questions if you'd like to take a look at that real quick. After you do that, though, we can go ahead and get started with all of the questions and answering. How this is going to work is you will have to answer every question that is posted there regardless of your opinion on it. I know that may be a little difficult, but you are the one who signed up for this, so, I mean, you know.
Alright. I like what I'm seeing so far. Got a good variety going here. Oh, that's a good one. Alright. Got a few repeats here, but, that's alright. Okay, yeah. I think I'm good then, Kaloom. I think we're good here.
Alright, then let's get started.
Ninjaless NJM asks, what is it like living in the tri-state area where the threat of being repossessed by Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated is constantly hanging over your head? Well, to be honest, it's extremely stressful to the point where I fear for my life 24/7. It's gotten to the point where I hear platypus chattering in my dreams, have memory loss from multiple nadir beams, and regularly see a mad scientist at my local Strachan Van Til. King Annihilator asks, will you remember me when you get famous? First of all, I'm not going to get famous, at least in the traditional sense whatsoever. I'm a Minecraft Papercraft YouTuber. Get real, bro. And secondly, this guy, no, I won't remember him. Circle asks, what printer? I just use our family printer. It just happens to be a brother. I don't know the make or model or anything. I didn't choose what printer to use, so just use whatever you got. Laser printer works better than a ink printer. Boy Pika asks, what are your current thoughts on Pyrocrat? This question I have a kind of long answer for, but I'm going to try to cut it down as much as I can. Recently, in the past few weeks, I have gotten to a point of me being tired of being the internet weeb kind of sort, and I want to finally become that. I don't want to say Giga Chad because that's corny, but I do want to improve myself to the point where I'm not controlled by electronics and I'm living a more traditional masculine life. So to that extent, Powercraft and video games in general, I am trying to get rid of as much as I can. Powercraft in particular, though, if you asked me before the past few weeks, I would have said that I don't really think I'll ever get the feeling I had back when Season 3 happened, and since then I kind of was chasing that to no avail. I just think I'm going to probably just stop doing it altogether. If someone wants to continue it, then they can, but realistically, I don't think anyone really is, unless maybe Time Riser Boy Pika. But it was a good idea that I had when I was younger, and now that I am starting to grow up into a more mature and adult-like manner, I don't want to do video games and instant gratification stuff anymore, let alone a Minecraft server. Ninjaless NJM asks, are you actually going to the PPC server event? I think I'm about a year late, so. Citrix asks, what is your favorite type of water, purified or spring? I'm not that picky when it comes to water. Like, I literally just came back from a week at a camp where iron-rich water that looked slightly brown was the only water, and I was kind of like, ooh, this is pretty good. But that tap water is pretty bussin', though. Like, that's basically what I drink, and, like, you add a little bit of ice to that, it's better than any purified or spring water. And besides, bottled water and spring water kind of tastes strange, in my opinion. I don't know. Alright, Sans is Justified and Punny asks, What do you think about all my Papercraft designs on Pixel Papercraft? Just want your honest opinion. I won't be mad. Well, firstly, I just gotta say, damn, that is a lot of designs. You have even more than sand somehow. How I don't understand how you have that much time to use on paper crafting, but good for you. Anyways, I think your designs are overall pretty good. I like your Vex, especially for the neat little description and photo that you built into the design. I don't know why I go crazy over those kind of details, but I do. Your depth of field in some of your photos also looks great, but the actual thumbnail photos could be a little bit better. They're not horrible, but they could be a bit better. Also, I do like the Minecraft Dungeons mobs, so I like to see those kind of variants on Pixel Papercraft's homepage. Minecraft is the best 2008 also asks, what do you think about all my Papercraft designs on Pixel Papercraft? I think your designs are honestly pretty great. I do enjoy seeing things on Pixel Papercraft that aren't directly Minecraft related. I think too much of those is a little too much, but you're definitely doing a good job on that. And honestly, you have a little too many designs. That's sarcastic. Photos, frankly, kind of suck, but I know your situation with that. But you should just get a camera or something. It's not that difficult. Also, I think your logo, quote unquote, could use a bit of editing to kind of blend in more to the paper than just like copy paste logo with your name. But that's up to your personal preference. So I'd give your designs about a 7 out of 10. Yeah, they're pretty good. Bray Boss asks, will you remember me when you get famous? Basically, exact same answer as I told the other guy, King Annihilator. I will maybe, there's a better chance that I will maybe remember you slightly more, just because you're in the same grade as I am, but I literally haven't talked to you in about probably at least 8 months, I would say. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that you existed, so my bad. Brabus also has 2 other questions. What's your favorite color, and why did I get mod on your server? As far as the first question goes, as far as your second question goes, though, at the time I made you mod just because I was going through, I guess you would call it a freshman phase, and didn't kind of trust anyone except peers. And you were kind of the only option at the time. I also kind of semi-trusted you at the time as well. Not to say I don't semi-trust you now, although I kind of don't, just because it's been a little while. So yeah, there you go. Minecraft is the best 2008 also has another question, this time asking, will I do a face reveal? I don't know, I'm not really that concerned over it anymore. The closest thing you're going to get in the time being is if you look in the, I think it was random posts or announcements in my Discord. I made a Google Cardboard and it had my entire lower half of my face in it. I guess you can look at that if you really want to know. I mean, I'm not that special. Wastelander Steve asks for my thoughts on anime. So, short and sweet, I do not like it, and no, that doesn't make me an uncool guy. I just do not like anime. I hate the entire hentai thing that surrounds it. You really can't escape it no matter what anime you're looking at, in my opinion. Although, unless maybe TV shows. I don't watch it enough to know that, but TV shows maybe don't have hentai attached to it, just in the name, just in the style, okay? I just don't like that style in general as well. I don't know much about anime comics or like I said, TV shows or movies or anything, but from stuff I've seen in memes or various clips and the short time that I spent trying to like a few, I just don't like it. Like I said before, I'm also trying to kind of move away from that stuff, and anime just has a weebish it just feels very weebish to me, and I don't want to be that weeb anymore, so no. Sans is Justified and Punny also asks, what do you think about Among Us? And then in parentheses, Sussy. So some backstory real quick. I actually played Among Us on my old phone back in 2019, I think. And I actually thought it was pretty fun back then. I ended up uninstalling it for some reason, and then I never got it on my newish phone. But after it got kind of popular, I felt a little crusty on not making a video or two on it when I had the chance. I know it probably wouldn't have done anything, me making a few videos wouldn't have blown up or anything, but I thought it'd be kind of funny if I did that. the actual game itself was pretty fun and I mean semi-original, like the concept behind it. I strongly dislike the newish stuff that they added in the past 6 months to year, though. Like, I haven't played it since 2020, but adding more microtransactions and apparently some kind of like battle pass system that I've heard of. It's kind of I don't want to say selfish because I know the developers only need to make money, but I don't support it. So Omega Pleblord asks, "What is your favorite game?" So I'm assuming you're talking about video game when you ask this. And since I am currently attempting to not play video games, I will answer with the previous answer that I had, which is probably Minecraft. Though at different points, there was a few different games that I made. Car Crushers on Roblox, ironically. TakePoint.io, Destiny 2, Bendy and Ink Machine, kind of Terraria for a little bit there. Even like right now, I'm just kind of bored of video games in general, and I thought it'd be a good time to get rid of that instant gratification stuff. I don't really love any game. I was kind of bored of Minecraft. I still am kind of anyway. I find mod packs overwhelming. They're not really fun anyway. So I never try to use that to re-spark a quote-unquote desire to play Minecraft. Although I was in Destiny, I was really, really deep into Destiny 2 for a good month there. Like the first 2 weeks of summer break, and then like the previous 2 weeks before that, I was like really into it. So recommend heavily. Ninjaless NJM also asks, "What's a papercraft that you think should exist but doesn't, and I don't feel willing to design for whatever reason?" I don't really have a great answer for this because the answer that I wrote for this is a year old now, and I'm not gonna bother trying to figure that out because it's not coming straight to my head, which is the whole point of this Q&A, was just answer straight off the top of my head. The previous answer I had was basically any mobs that haven't been made into papercrafts yet, or any mobs without 1.14 updated textures. If I actually did this, like when I was way back when planning on doing the Q&A, I would have said proper boats for 1.14 plus textures, just proper boats in general for scale, but someone already did that. So one thing though is I would like to make a proper skeleton horse that has an inside texture and is able to be see-through and not have to have like a white or black just background to fill in the gaps. Like I did for the skeleton wolf back when I was doing that. Like just have it be open bones. I'd like to do that eventually because still no one has made that. So Sans is Justified and Punny also asks, regular paper or cardstock? If so, why? So I'm just going to answer this really quickly. Obviously cardstock, and if you're going to ask me why, firstly, because it's just, well, all joking aside, it's thick. It makes it strong enough to make the model look like it's not really paper, more like it's made of cardboard. Regular paper is only useful in a project when you have to glue paper onto cardstock, or like paper onto paper, or paper onto cardboard. That's the only time really its thinness makes it easy to use during paper crafting, or even like just outside of paper crafting, like if you're scrapbooking. That's when you could also use like a glue stick to join the two materials together. But besides that, cardstock is just superior in every way. There's no reason for you to not use it except maybe a financial issue. Okay, Ninjaless NJM has another question, this time about what I want to be when I grow up. I'll also answer this semi-quickly. I'm interested in animation or going into maybe one of the trades like metalworking or electrical or something like that. All I know is I want to be in a job where I am decently happy and I'm able to express creativity because I am a pretty creative person. I'd also like to be able to just not work. I'm looking into like passive income, and I'm reading a book right now for self-improvement of the 4-hour work week. I'm looking at different options other than the set path of get a job, waste your life away, never have enough time, always feel kind of depressed and anxious, and then when you're like an old fart, an old bitch who can't do anything, whoop-de-doo, you have like a few extra dollars a month, or not even that, depending on where the economy is. I don't want to fall into that. So Sans is Justified and Punny also is asking another question, this time what my hobbies are. I will also answer this semi-quickly. I like to bike, I like to camp, I like to work out now, I like to hang out with friends, I like to go on Boy Scout outings, I like to papercraft sometimes. I kind of like to ice skate. Like, it's not a big thing that I do. I've water skied in the past. I really like that. I like small boat sailing. I just recently did that. I like horseback riding. I I mean, hobbies right now, it's basically just self-improvement, honestly. Like, it sounds cringy and corny, but there's nothing cringe with trying to work on yourself, and that also sounds like, I sound like a fucking mom, but it's true. All right, Sans is Justified and Punny also has another question here. What video games do you like, and what game do you recommend trying? Why do you like it? So same thing as I told who was that? Omega Pleb Lord. I don't do that anymore, but I'd recommend giving some Roblox games a try. Well, first of all, no, I'd recommend not playing video games, honestly. Like, I'm getting good mental clarity and mental happiness from just not playing video games, honestly. Although, if you like some games, I'd recommend giving Roblox games a try. All joking aside, they're actually, like, really decent now. Like, not even decent, like, kind of on par with some AAA releases. The games in Roblox, they're pretty high detail, high effort. Car Crushers, especially the Derby Arena on there. Starscape, 100%. It's like No Man's Sky, but kind of better. No Man's Sky and Minecraft, kind of a mix of that. What other games have been playing on Roblox? D-Day. D-Day is another one. I played that for a little bit. Wings of Glory, I think is the name. It's like a World War II thing. That's also really good. Armor Patrol, bro, like all the way. Like, it's got some really good stuff. They're remaking the game now as well. There's a Survive the Night game. There's the Rake Classic Edition, Citrix, and Kevin, you know what I'm talking about. I think that's it. Yeah. Just go give some Roblox games a try. Give Destiny 2 a try. They're both pretty darn good. All right, Ninjalus is asking again, this time, what is your favorite papercraft? And his second question is, who is the greatest papercrafter ever, in my opinion? So, answer to question 1. Probably Ninjalus's action figure generator. I love that thing so much, even to this day. Not the newest version. I like the older version, where the waist was different. You don't have to cut into the waist. I know it's not accurate, but I like that still the best. Designs, though, I don't really know. I do actually really love my skeleton wolf, as egotistical as they may be. Rooterbuster Creeper Anatomy, I have a soft spot for. Any of those working things as well, like the opening chest with slots, or crafting table with crafting grid, or like the furnace with smelting slots, or like working pistons or levers and that kind of stuff. I used to play with that when I was younger, and I still do really like that. So I like any of those kinds of things. To answer his second question, the greatest paper crafter, I can't really answer that. I wouldn't say rooterbuster for sure. No offense to him or anything, and I definitely wouldn't say myself. Everyone makes designs differently, so it's kind of hard to objectively say that. I do really love dioramas, though, and Snee7, Sivan, I don't know. He's the only really modern maker of them, along with Senor Phelps. Sir Phelps. I don't. You just kind of realize I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, them, and then Paper Dog has done a few dioramas as well. Any of those are they're really high quality. They're really great. I just looked as well, because I wrote these answers like a year ago, by the way. I just looked, and there was one that was recently made. It was like the Pillager Outpost. I don't think either of them did that, so I like that guy's stuff too. The photos of the designs that they also make is equally high quality, especially Senor Phelps. I struggle to grasp how, with glossy paper, they look that good, but I'm assuming he's got a laser printer, so yeah. All right, we got 2 different questions here that I'm just going to run through real quick. Minecraft is the best, as asking who my top 10 best paper crafters are on PPC. Again, hard to say, even harder to select 10. Same kind of answer as a less question, I guess. And then Sans is asking what my favorite video games are and why I like them. I answered this twice now. Go listen to those 2 questions and answers. All right, final question is coming from Chugjug 8264467. By the way, all of these people have had their nicknames on So they're probably not accurate, but you can go look for them or something. He's asking, when did I start paper crafting? So this is gonna be a little bit longer. So let's see here. I started origami probably 2017ish, maybe 2015 is when I first tried making something. The first time I got into origami was with Origami Yoda after I moved, which was, I remember when now, so 2016, 17, yeah, not 2015. That's when I first tried making something origami. That was with Origami Yoda is when I started getting into it. When I was like 10, I joined an origami club at a local library. I left it like maybe a year after or something. I posted a few origami videos on YouTube when I was still a very dumb small child, and I had my mom hold them up, and I did like, I used to have a unlisted playlist for that with all those old videos. It's gone now. You're not gonna find that. I think I started papercrafting probably 2018, maybe 2017. I remember vividly my family was going on a car trip to somewhere. I think maybe Michigan or something. I made rooterbuster's toothpick bendable Steve while we were in the car. That was interesting. I remember we stopped at a hotel just for the night, and I remember vividly on a small little round table. It was tan. We were in the hotel bedroom. It wasn't a big hotel room. It was just, bedroom and bathroom, basically. I remember putting the toothpicks in at the hotel and then playing with it and, like, imagining it jumping onto the clouds while I was looking out the window in the car the next morning. I still struggle to understand how I was so easily amazed at that bunch of paper and toothpicks. It was just sheer joy and, like, amazement that I made something like that. And I think the Steve broke in, like the rest of the trip. It was just gone, I think, or something. Like I could barely play with it if I wanted to survive the rest of the trip or something. After that, I think I just kind of kept making a few designs here or there, and the rest is history. Alright everyone, so that's going to be it for this video then. I hope you did find it enjoyable and entertaining. I had a lot of fun making it. Sorry that it was about a year late, but better late than never, I guess. Just a quick message that I am going to try to start uploading twice a week. I'm not going to promise anything because we all know how my promises go for YouTube, but I'm trying. I'm going to attempt to. I got a schedule. At least for the rest of the summer, I'm going to try to, because I'd like to start profiting off YouTube as well. So make sure you subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.